main objectives of this video is to give an introduction to computer games and to give an overview about the game programming languages and explain the basic techniques used in creating a shooting game using XNA and Java. Now let's look at what is a computer game. A computer game or a PC game is a game played on a personal computer rather than on a video game console or an arcade machine. And computer games have evolved from the simple graphics and gameplay of early titles like Space War to a wide range of more visually advanced titles today. What is game programming? Game programming is a special type of computer programming directed specifically towards the creation of video games. It really isn't any different from any other type of programming. Where it differs from other types of programming is in the types of tasks that it's expected to perform. And PC games are usually built around a central piece of software known as a game engine that simplifies the development process and enables developers to easily port their projects between platforms. Languages used in game programming. Assembly. Assembly language is a low-level language used for arcade-style console games, which is very powerful. The biggest reasons for using assembly language were the minimal size, low overhead, greater speed, and reliability. But the weaknesses of assembly language is the slow development, difficult for beginners, and it was not portable. C language. C language was widely known and had numerous tools. But the weaknesses were it was not object-oriented and it was difficult for large projects or multiple platforms. C++. C++ has achieved a dominant position in practice for game programming. It's object-oriented, handles graphics and objects at speed, but it had no garbage collection or protection from memory leaks. C#. C# was developed by Microsoft based on both C++ and Java. It's very object-oriented, easy to use, but it uses a lot of memory and works only among Microsoft Windows platforms. Java. This is good at handling motion, and its object orientation means that character movement and other speed graphics are easy. It also is good at handling distributed processing over the internet. It's not difficult to learn, and it's becoming more popular for interactive games. The weaknesses are it's not appropriate for console programming and high memory usage. Now let's look at what Microsoft XNA is. Microsoft XNA is a set of tools with a managed runtime environment provided by Microsoft that facilitates computer game development and management. XNA attempts to free game developers from writing repetitive codes and to bring different aspects of game production into a single system. XNA Game Studio. XNA Game Studio is an integrated development environment or an IDE for development of games. There are 5 versions that have been released so far. It has a set of tools that allow students, independent developers, to build games for both Microsoft Windows and Xbox 360. XNA Game Studio is based on the .NET framework and includes custom managed code libraries, Xbox Live support, and games for Windows Live support to make multiplayer game development easier. Now let's see what are the advantages of XNA. It's very fast and greater shader support. And C# is a nice language with advanced object-oriented programming support and Xbox and Windows deployment, free for independent users, and XNA it's incredibly simple to make 2D games. Disadvantages. Meant really for just the Xbox. There's little support for Windows only deployment, but not for Macs. XNA cannot Steam, which means a smaller audience because of the hassle of downloading. It's super new, so the community is not that large in general. Now let's see what other Java game engines available. The JMonkey engine. The JMonkey engine is a high-performance 3D game engine written entirely in Java. Using an abstraction layer, it allows any rendering system to be plugged in. OpenGL is supported via LWJGL with JOGL support in development. For sound, OpenAL is supported. Input via the keyboard, mouse and other controllers is also supported. JMonkey engine is completely open source under the BSD license. You are free to use JMonkey engine in any way you see fit, hobby or commercial. The current version is JMonkey engine 2 and JMonkey engine 3 is in development. Design of the main loop. All games have a main loop called repeatedly until application ends. Design assumes a single thread. Usually user's application extends a subclass of abstract game. Each subclass has its own way of processing the main loop. Features of JMonkey engine. JMonkey engine is a screen graph based architecture. The screen graph allows for organization of the game data in a tree structure. JMonkey engine also supports many high-level effects such as imposters, environmental mapping, lens flare, and particle systems, etc. JMonkey engine supplies the user with easy-to-use but powerful application classes for building the application. JGame is a Java game engine for 2D games. JGame is an open-source 2D game engine that runs on any Java 1.2 or higher Java runtime environment platform with optional OpenGL enhancements through JOGL, as well as the mobile J2ME platform. It provides a very high-level framework for developing classic-type arcade games. It's based on sprites with automatic animation and collision detection. A tile-based background with easy sprite-tile interaction facilities and high-level game state and game sequence facilities. JGame games can be run in a variety of ways without requiring any changes in the code. Regular applications, web start, applets or midlets. Graphics are scaled automatically to fit any screen size, from the smallest mobile device to full-screen desktop PC. JGame uses 2D graphics acceleration where available, but using OpenGL enables better graphical quality. Let's look at how to develop a simple game using Microsoft Excel.